Kathy here from Kathy's Cute Creations. Today, I thought I was going to make the bag, but I got to thinking, if I make the bag and I demonstrate it, what if everybody doesn't know how to use a zipper? So here we go. Let's do the zipper foot from our kit, the 32-piece set. Now, normally with the new sewing machines, you're going to have a zipper foot that looks like this. Okay, that's what I have in mine. Also, I bought this one, which is a little bit more narrow, which has a little bit more control. Same concept as the other one, just narrower. Let me see if I can hold them together so you can see them. If I get a grip on my hands here. All right. But the one in this book, which I actually looked around to find mine, looks like this. So your needle can go on the right side or the left side of the foot. Turn it that way for you. And I'll show you how to put it on your machine. So the first thing I have is I went ahead and I got an invisible zipper in case anybody has never used an invisible zipper. You'll take a look at that. I prepped my fabric, and the way that I prepped it is I just took two big long pieces of fabric, folded down the edges. This is where the zipper is going to go because you want a little bit of thickness, so I have two of them. Just like that. All right, so we're going to go over here and I'm going to show you how to put this foot on the machine first. Let's do that. Now you want to remove your presser foot, which is this, and your shank, which is this here. So we'll take this off like that. And then you take this foot here, and what it does is it wraps around there. And then you're going to tighten the screw. So I'll show you before I tighten it all the way, like that. Tighten it so that it doesn't fall off. And then the screw that's back here actually adjusts the foot. So you unscrew that and you can move this foot. So if your machine needle, let's say that you have a straight up and down, no zigzag, but your foot won't go to the right or the left, like some of the older machines, then what you're going to do is, I have it up right now, I take my needle and go down and make sure it misses the foot, because this foot has a little curve on it. And then what I do is hold it. I'm turning my screw by hand to the right, which holds it into place right here, and it will not hit this foot. Alrighty, so I went ahead and I switched it back out for a regular zipper. We're not going to do an invisible. Normally I put an invisible zipper in my slacks when I make a pair of slacks. Or if you want to put it up the back of a dress or a skirt, that's the perfect timing. Now this here is called, let me back it up a little bit, Wonder Tape. And it actually disappears when it's washed. It's double-sided, and this is what I use. Here's how you apply this. Now, when it comes off the row, it's already sticky on this side. Put the tape down along my zipper. And you can take it down there as long as you want. You can do the whole entire zipper. You can do it in pieces. It's going to be up to you. I'm not going to go very far at all. I'm going to go about that far. And then you want to lift it. So you take your paper off like this. And you can see the shiny right there. You take your material and lay it on there. And like I said, this takes the place of pins. You're putting it right up against it. Just like this. And in this case, you can either leave the zipper shut or even have the zipper open. It doesn't make a difference. Okay? You're just sewing right down the fabric here. And you don't have to be on the wrong side. You can be on the right side here. You want to make this as easy as it possibly can be. Now, normally you would start up at the top of your zipper before you came down on here. I'm just starting in, like, not in the middle, but just starting out. You'd lock it into place. And right now I have it on 3.5 for my length. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to repeat the process for the other side. Okay, now we're going to take it up here and we're going to sew it on the other side. And I'm going to show you how to reverse your foot because that's what you need to do when you sew it on the other side. Okay, so what you're doing is you're taking this here, you're twisting it. So I'm turning the little knob towards the sewing machine. I'm taking the foot over on this side now. I make sure that it clears because I don't want it to hit anything. And then I tighten it so that it doesn't move. I put this back up underneath here, put the foot down, and you normally would lock it into place. And I've got on a great big long stitch. Okay, so here are the attempts that I'm going to make to show you a different way. So the first thing I did was I sewed a large seam all the way up the side. Now stop right here because I'm not going to go the whole thing. You take your zipper, I took it all apart. I'm going to re-put some of this Wonder Tape on it. Your objective is to put the teeth right down the middle of that seam. And it has to go upside down. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to put it right smack dab in the middle. Okay. Okay. Now you want to hug it as much as you can without hitting the teeth. And the teeth are right here. This amount right there. So slowly put your needle down and you would go back and forth, and I'm going to go on about a 3.0 just to show you the stitch. And you'd stay that same distance away. Then you would stop and you would cross over. And normally when you come over your top here, what you're doing is you're holding on to it because you're going to have to come around that. Okay, we're going to cut it, and we're going to take a look at it, and I'm going to show you how I was talking about cutting it down the middle, or seam ripping it, not cutting it, I'm sorry. Now what you do is you take your seam ripper, or seam ripping, your large seam that you put down the middle when you close this. See, your fabric has already been folded just like before. So all you're doing is exposing the zipper now. And I actually learned how to do a zipper with this foot. I didn't have the foot that come with my machine, and I am more comfortable with this foot than I am with the one that came with my machine. And then all you do is you take it, you expose it, and then you unzip it right there. And this is the way that zipper looks. Minus all these little scragglies that you pull off. And then when you shut it, it's not exposed, see? It's more closed. Now, when you're using your invisible zipper foot, it's even closed even more, because even if you split this, at least you'd see your teeth, where on the other ones you wouldn't see your teeth. Alrighty, so that's how you would put your zipper in using this foot. Now, this foot can also be used for other things because it can be used for cording. And y'all know what cording is. At least I think most of you know what cording is. We'll show you real quick with a demonstration. And when you make your own cording, you use it's sort of like a rope. This is 100% cotton, and it's actually called cording. And let's pretend that we were going to make our own. And what you would do is you would put it in your fabric. Make sure it's in the picture here. Let's stick it out here. Roll it over like this. Let me put a couple of pins in it just to hold it here a minute. So, okay, so you see I have it folded over, and you would have it folded over the same width of distance. So you would either mark it, or you would cut your fabric so that it would be that way, because you're going to want to make it a specific size. So we're going to pretend here. And then you lock it into place up there. And I'm still doing the large stitch. And you go as close to that piece of cording as you can. And that's it. And there you have your cording. This is what the one side would look like, and this is the other side. And then what you would do is you would go ahead and cut it off. And you can cut a little bit bigger than this, and then you put this up against your fabric and sew it. So I hope you like this video about this foot, and I hope you learned a little something. And like I said, that's the foot that I learned with, and my foot actually looked like this. It had a green knob on the back of it. But it's the same thing, it's just narrower compared to the one that comes in this kit. And this came with another sewing machine, and I really like it, so I kept it for this machine, although the machine is no longer with me, my machine that this came with. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. If you haven't already, hit the notification bell to get alerts about new videos, and I'll see you all next time. And thanks for watching, I appreciate it. Bye-bye.